collective of two ranked teams, the 23rd ranked Ole Miss Rebels and the resilient 10th ranked Volunteers of Tennessee. Glad you could join us on a Saturday afternoon here on Rocky Top. With my partner, former Alabama head coach Mark Gottfried, I'm Eric Collins. It's been a crazy week here in Knoxville. One football coach out, a new football coach in. And despite all the craziness, maybe some people forgetting what a great job Bruce Pearl is doing with this basketball team. In the last 2 weeks, he suspended 4 players, yet they continue to win basketball games.
Well, it might be topsy-turvy in Knoxville, but one thing that hasn't changed is Bruce Pearl's basketball team. They have been consistent, and they have been excellent, beating the #1 team in the country in Kansas, coming back and beating Auburn, and have a chance today against a good Ole Miss basketball team.
Getting ready to tip this one off. Before we do, Coach, let's take a look at your Star Watch.
Well, first of all, for Ole Miss, Chris Warren. Andy Kennedy calls him special. He's a terrific player. And Bobby Mays, this guy for Tennessee, since the suspensions, he's averaged 14 points a game the last 3. He is the quarterback for this Tennessee basketball team.
The Ole Miss Rebels tops in the SEC in scoring. They average 83 points per ball game. It's Warren, Polynice, and Tirico, maybe the best backcourt in the SEC, with Murphy Holloway up front alongside the senior DeAndre Cranston. Tennessee Volunteers, they last played on Thursday right here against Auburn. It's Bobby Mays running the point, J.P. Prince, Scotty Hobson, Ronaldo Woolridge, and Wayne Chisholm, senior, rounding out the starting 5. Ready to play some basketball, SEC style. Tap is won by the Volunteers.
2 good basketball teams, Eric, right here. 2 top 25 teams. A lot of excitement here in Knoxville today.
Getting inside illegally as J.P. Prince shuffled the shoes. It's a travel, an unforced error on the Volunteers. That doesn't make Bruce Pearl very happy. Bruce now in his 5th season, 2-time SEC Coach of the Year.
Some trips to the Sweet 16, and obviously what Bruce Pearl has done is energize this Volunteer fan base over the last few years. Obviously today, unbelievable crowd atmosphere, and you got to give Bruce Pearl a lot of credit for that.
Andy Kennedy, himself an SEC Coach of the Year a couple of seasons ago, now in his 4th season. He has never beaten a top 10 team while at Ole Miss. 0-6 so far. Earlier this season, losing against both Villanova and West Virginia when those clubs were ranked in the top 10.
You know, both these teams like to score. Both of them score over 80 points a game. It'll be interesting to see today. Bruce Pearl wants his team to be patient.
Chisholm has to fire as the shot clock was winding down. So neither team looking particularly sharp right out of the chute. Inside, bucket up and in. Eniel Collins with the first 2.
I really like him, Eric. You know, he's a player that can score. Handle the ball, make plays.
Tap around the rim, spills out. Couple of good looks for Tennessee. Now a loose ball finally picked up by Polynice, gets it over to Warren, and he'll settle down the offense. Maybe not, takes a jumper. Cranston offensive rebound, and he's grabbed. You know, we've got royalty in the house. Pat Summitt looking on. Probably eager to get her first look at the new head football coach at Tennessee. In the building is Derek Dooley. Less than 24 hours after taking the head job, he is here in Knoxville watching this game.
Tennessee does such a great job of denying inbounds passes. When you play against Tennessee, you got to make sure you get the ball in bounds.
Polynice, no. Rebound Woolridge.
This is the guy right here, Bobby Mays. He's been very good the last 2 games.
This is off the window. Chris Warren quickly brings it across the midfield stripe.
One thing I like about this Ole Miss team, Eric, is a number of different players will bring the ball up the floor.
How about that? Tirico White raises and rips. 5-0 lead for Ole Miss.
Whether it's White, Warren, Polynice, they can all bring it. They can all make plays in the break. It makes Ole Miss such a dangerous scoring team.
Volunteers working around the perimeter. Mays short with that 3 attempt. And it's going to be Ole Miss basketball. Not a good start for Tennessee.
Bobby Mays won a little contact on the 3-point shot. Rick Crawford, veteran official. Not going to give it to him. Nice start for Ole Miss on the road, up 5-0 with the ball.
East ball, gets up, gets it back. They can't score the goal. Rebound cleared by Ronaldo Woolridge. Mays quickly score the goal, and he's fouled.
Bobby Mays has been electric these last few years. Sometimes when some players are out, other players rise up. This has been one of those guys that has been so much more productive the last few games. He's aggressive, looking to score, looking to bring it in the break. Concentrates after the contact. Guy went from averaging about, I think it was 6 or 7 points a game to 14 points a game, I think, over the last 3 years.
First substitution of the game for Ole Miss. Reginald Buckner comes in, freshman from Memphis. He wears number 2.
Watch Tennessee's defense and how they guard the dribble handoffs.
As Buckner gets inside, misses the layup. Tennessee has won 5 consecutive games. Have not lost here at home all season long. Perfect 9-0. Including a win over the then #1 Kansas Jayhawks 6 days ago. Inside, Chisholm.
Design play by Bruce Pearl. Saw that they were fronting the post, cleared out the weak side, threw it over the top. Recognition by the coaching staff on how to take advantage of Ole Miss's defense.
Trigger. Nice little players, Chris Warren, Jr. from Orlando.
A lot of times when players have injuries, Chris Warren had a knee surgery. Sometimes they come back and they just don't all the way become the player that they were. Chris Warren has exceeded that, according to Andy Kennedy.
Here's Warren. This time gets in the paint and has it blocked from behind, but there's a foul on the floor. They're going to call it on Bobby Mays. Timeout on the floor. 15:37 remaining first half. When we come back, there's some news and notes with Bruce Pearl's program. I'll tell you about it when we come back.
It's the end of the line for engine deposits. Haviland with Deposit Shield. The deposits that attack your engine every time you drive can cause friction, robbing it of performance and fuel efficiency. Haviland shields it, because a clean engine runs better. Defend your engine. Haviland with Deposit Shield.
The only thing better than seafood is enjoying it together. And right now, a complete seafood dinner for 2 is just $29.99 at Red Lobster. You both get a fresh salad and irresistible Cheddar Bay biscuits. 2 entrees from a menu of classic favorites and new creations. And your choice of either an appetizer or a dessert to share. Your favorite seafood with your favorite person. Just $29.99 for a limited time at Red Lobster.
Everyone's got an opinion. Why not get paid for yours? Visit bigspot.com and become an online survey taker. As an online survey taker, you'll earn cash and rewards for sharing your opinions on the products and services you use every day. And there are never any fees to pay. What's the catch? There isn't one. Market research companies value your input and pay out millions of dollars each year to survey takers. Why not get your share?
Visit bigspot.com/TV21 to earn cash and rewards for your opinions.
Hi, is Denise working?
Yeah, she's in the back. Can I take your order?
I'm just a little bit more comfortable ordering with Denise. Hey, hi. You remember me? I came by yesterday and gave me that 5-layer burrito. That new one for...
89 cents.
Is that cool? Is that still cool?
It's an inside deal for everyone. Layers of seasoned beef, cheddar cheese, and a hidden layer of nacho cheese sauce. It's Taco Bell's new beefy 5-layer burrito for just 89 cents. Why pay more?
Welcome back, everyone. Knoxville, Tennessee. Ole Miss doubling their pleasure early against Tennessee. 8-4 is our score. Earlier today, comings and goings from the Tennessee Volunteer program Of course, stemming from that incident 2 weeks ago, Tyler Schmidt was dismissed from the team a week ago. Brian Williams is still suspended indefinitely. But the change, those bottom two, Cameron Tatum and Melvin Goins, earlier today reinstated to the team. They're not on the bench right now, won't be able to play in today's game. But come tomorrow, they'll be back in practice uniform and full-fledged members of Bruce Pearl's club.
Well, and they need to find their rhythm back with this team, because this team has played well without them. And obviously, Bruce Pearl, it's been a difficult time for Tennessee basketball. But sometimes less does become more. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to keep everybody happy with a fewer number of guys, and the chemistry in the locker room is a little bit better. So they've managed it okay. Now they're going to get 2 players back starting tomorrow.
First free throw is good for Chris Warren. Warren was fouled by Bobby Mays right before that break. That was the second foul on Bobby Mays. So Mays is on Bruce Pearl's bench. 2 new guards into the game for the Volunteers, Skylar McBee and Josh Bone. Bone with the basketball, gets it over to McBee, who is pushed to the floor by Polynice.
Skylar McBee became a folklore hero here in the big shot against Kansas a few games back, and obviously getting a great opportunity to play. And sometimes when there's players suspended, other players get an opportunity to play and step up, and he's certainly been one of those guys, and Tennessee's had a number of players do that.
This is McBee. Back. Hands it off to Bone, the transfer from Southern Illinois.
Ole Miss extends their man-to-man defense 4 or 5 feet beyond the 3-point line. Tries to get in the passing lanes. They got good athleticism. They're quick. They got a lot of guys that can switch, interchangeable parts. It's a very good Ole Miss defensive team that likes to pressure you and get up into you a little bit. Tennessee's got to be able to handle that.
Shot clock down to 8. Hobson, tough off-balance jumper, comes up short. Here come the Rebels. Already with a 6-point lead. Warren. Rebound McBee. He wants to run. Picks up his dribble, frees up Chisholm. Now gets it back. Hall with the rebound. Loses it. Ripped away by Polynice. And it's going to be Ole Miss basketball. 3-on-3. Dump down. Pass stolen away by McBee.
Tough pass to Hammond. A little bit too hard, a little bit too low.
Ooh. There is a battle going on down low. Buckner and Chisholm going at it.
One thing Andy Kennedy likes about Reginald Buckner is that he's tough. He's a young player, he's a freshman, but he's not going to back down. Physical. Wayne Chisholm, the crafty veteran senior, kind of got him tangled up in there. But again, Buckner is a freshman, not backing down from the challenge.
Now Chisholm is going to go to the bench. Returning to the game is Ronaldo Woolridge for Tennessee. Prince. Run down by Woolridge.
Kenny Hall, Eric, good-looking freshman for Tennessee, Stone Mountain, Georgia. He's long. He's getting an opportunity to play with Brian Williams out and some of the other players out.
There he is. Turnaround. Blocked by Buckner. Gets it back. Open look. Someone forgot about Woolridge. Can't make him pay. And a foul going for the loose ball. They're going to call it on number 12, Chris Warren. So Tennessee right now, they're 5 on the floor. It's Prince and Woolridge, both starters, and then 3 backups. Hall, McBee, and Bone on the floor. Technically, Bone and McBee are both walk-ons, but not your typical walk-on. No one's fooling anyone there. Bone was a scholarship player at Southern Illinois, and McBee could have been a scholarship player at a number of different programs. His jump shot is short, and it's going to be Ole Miss basketball.
Tennessee has had some great looks, just can't get it go down. Good shots, feet squared, on-balance jump shots, good shots you want your team to take, just haven't been able to put it in the basket.
A lot of talk has been made of Bruce Pearl and his thin roster, but most programs would be very fortunate if they have walk-ons the caliber of McBee and Bone. Those guys are legitimate Division I players. Inside layup for Polynice.
One interesting thing with this lineup with Tennessee is that 2 weeks ago, this group right here was not getting a lot of playing time. So for the majority of this group on the floor, this is a good opportunity for them.
Zach Graham just checked into the game, and he rips the triple. His first shot is true.
Zach Graham has been knocking down the three-point shot consistently for the Ole Miss Rebels. Rebels has played exceptionally well this year.
Prince step back jumper with the left hand. Coach, this is very similar to the start of the game a couple of nights ago here on this floor. Tennessee struggled early against Auburn.
Well, Auburn came in here and knocked down 10 threes in the first half, and Tennessee really picked their defensive intensity up in the second half. You're going to see a lot of ball screens. Double high ball screen here with Ole Miss.
Terrence Henry gets it over to Graham. And we're going to have a foul on a jump shooter. And Bruce Pearl is incensed. Jacket comes off early.
I used to get technicals when I took my jacket off. I'd say this guy has been lighting it up, playing very well. Zach Graham for Ole Miss, and you just can't foul a three-point shooter. A lot of times, the defender will go to contest the shot, get his hand up, and the body weight will fly into the shooter, and that's just one of those errors in basketball as a coach you just don't want to see happen.
Good stroke, makes the first. You know, Ole Miss kind of get things squared away. They didn't start league play as well as they would have liked. They lost a home game against Mississippi State last weekend. Regrouped to win at Georgia on Wednesday. Now trying to make it 2 in a row. But it's going to take a while to make up for a loss at home. Never want to do that in conference play.
Stephen Pearl checks in. Bruce Pearl's son. He's a junior here on the team. I tell you, Ole Miss right now, you could not ask for a better start. It's nice to have a guy come off the bench like Zach Graham, averaging 10 points a game, shooting 46% from the three-point line. What a luxury for Andy Kennedy's team.
So right now, 3 walk-ons on the floor for Tennessee. Wayne Chisholm, not a walk-on, a 4-year starter. He makes the layup.
Tennessee takes advantage of some full-court pressure by Ole Miss. Dribble handoffs and ball screens. These perimeter players from Ole Miss.
Ball ripped away from Henry. Here come the Volunteers. McBee over to Bolt, and now they're going to wait for everyone else.
This lineup on the floor for Tennessee, the question is where is your scoring going to come from? Prince driving, Chisholm inside.
McBee gets it inside to Chisholm. Mark, this was the exact same lineup that Bruce Pearl had to turn to on Thursday against Auburn to get his team fired up. Boom with the rip away. Volunteers have numbers. Well, thrown out of there by Zach Graham. So Zach Graham was playing a 4-on-1, and he stops it all by himself with the block. Tennessee will have the basketball. They're trying to get started. They trail Ole Miss by 8.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does Charlie Daniels play a mean fiddle?
That's how you do it, son.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hey, it's just a sports conference. Yeah, people do dedicate rooms to their favorite teams, name their kids after coaches, and play fight songs at their wedding. At Regions, we know it's more than just a conference. It's unconditional love and bitter rivalry. It's the SEC, and it's what makes you, you. Regions Bank, proud to be the official bank of the SEC.
I'll just have a Coke.
I'll have a chocolate cherry grape Coke, please.
A what? Breakfast time.
I like getting my taste buds up and running. Morning, gents.
Yeah.
Here's a little chocolate, here's a little cherry, here's a little grape, and then you got some cola in there, too. Deal with it, and I'll see you, I'll see you at lunch.
Right.
Morning fuel at Sonic. Wake up and smack yourself in the mouth with your favorite large fountain drink. Just 99 cents every day till 10 a.m. because Sonic is your ultimate drink stop.
We invite you to join the movement. A rebellion against all things motionless. Where health has a direction. And wellness a destination. Proof that a single action can cause a powerful reaction and keep Tennessee moving together toward a healthy future. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. Get into the movement at mvmtforlife.com.
We're at Thompson Bowling Arena, and Pat Summit looking on. Her Lady Vols, after a tough season a year ago, playing very good basketball here in the 2009-2010 season. And speaking of influential head coaches here at Tennessee, how about Don DeVoe in the house?
Well, first of all, two phenomenal coaches. Don DeVoe coached some great players like Tony White, Dyron Nix, and all the great players in that era. He went on to coach at the United States Naval Academy. Did a terrific job there as well. Ohio State Buckeye from way back.
Coach Doug Roth with Dyron Nix. Doug Roth, one of the first guys to wear the goggles. Solid player.
Old Miss comes out of the timeout in the zone defense, little 2-3.
Bobby Mays back on the floor. He was on the bench for a while with 2 fouls. He's got the ball on the wing. Shot clock down to 10.
Not a lot of ball movement by Tennessee. They've got to get something going to the rim.
Elbow jumper. Hobson comes up short. The loose ball picked up by J.P. Prince.
Want to see the ball move against the zone quickly. Don't want the ball to stick in your hands.
Ball off the fingertips of DeAndre Cranston. It'll stay with Tennessee.
You attack the zone. Want great ball movement, great man movement, some penetration. Screen the weak side, screen the ball, but the ball's got to move.
Interior pass. Prince falls to the floor. He's tied up. Alternate possession arrow favors Ole Miss.
The right call. Talked about it earlier a little bit with Ole Miss. Their strength is scoring amongst these guards. And they create a lot of that scoring from ball screens, dribble handoffs. How well Tennessee guards the ball screen. Tennessee will switch a lot. Tennessee may trap some.
Long jumper is short. Here comes Tennessee. Tennessee's taken 23 shots already in this ballgame. Only 5. Stephen Pearl misses the layup, falls to the floor. Ole Miss only taken 11 shots. Ole Miss has taken less than half the amount of shots that Tennessee has, yet they have an 8-point lead. Hollining has it rejected by Chisholm. Prince on the run out. No one stops him. And he's going to get an opportunity to go to the free throw line.
Sometimes your team in transition, not sure if they're in the man or the zone. Ole Miss did not do a very good job of picking up the ball, stopping the ball. Prince has an opportunity to go basically 80, 90 feet with the basketball all the way to the rim. Ole Miss has been very good defensively, but that's one possession right there where they didn't do a very good job.
Mark, how do you explain this? Tennessee has attempted 24 shots from the field. Ole Miss has attempted 13. Yet Ole Miss leads by 7 points right now.
Tennessee has had a lot of long rebounds. They've tracked down some loose balls. They've been able to turn those possessions into 2 or 3 opportunities for themselves, but still hasn't really been able to knock down a lot of shots.
So Ole Miss with the lead and the basketball. Murphy Holloway back into the game, wearing number 31 for the Rebels. He's got the ball, lefty jumper.
Andy Kennedy wants a little more patient. Ball inside, outside. Those shots are shots you're going to get after 2 or 3 times. Get 2 or 3 ball possessions and ball reversals.
Ball ripped away. Steal by DeAndre Cranston. Holloway. Ole Miss, the first team to 20.
This Ole Miss basketball team can score. It's averaging 83 points a game. Got a number of different guys that can step up and make baskets in the break. That's what makes them so dangerous.
Chisholm down in the block. Nothing falling for Tennessee. Even when they get close to the rim, layups aren't dropping in. That time it goes. Scotty Hobson for 2.
Uses athleticism. Jump up there close to the rim and score the ball.
Bodies flying and a whistle. Offensive foul on Holloway.
I like Holloway, how he fills the lane. Ole Miss likes to run. They like to push it. He also did a nice job of avoiding the charge. And Scotty Hobson, again, concentrating, using his pivot foot, getting strong to the rim, finishing the play.
Stephen Pearl goes to the bench, replaced by Skylar McBee, freshman from Rutledge, Tennessee.
Sometimes the bench is the coach's best friend.
Hobson goes baseline. Little shot inside, just a little bit too strong. Coast to coast. Colonnade can't find it. Offensive rebound, Buckner.
Bruce Pearl using his bench. Sometimes when you're not happy with your first group, second group of guys gets an opportunity. They came in and played well. Bruce Pearl's not afraid to go to his bench at all.
Timeout on the floor. Reginald Buckner showing that disturbing athleticism. Check this out. Ole Miss on top 22-13.
The only thing better than seafood is enjoying it together. And right now, a complete seafood dinner for 2 is just $29.99 at Red Lobster. You both get a fresh salad and irresistible Cheddar Bay biscuits. 2 entrees from a menu of classic favorites and new creations. And your choice of either an appetizer or a dessert to share. Your favorite seafood with your favorite person. Just $29.99 for a limited time at Red Lobster.
Would you trust me?
You want me to take your word for it?
This guy I met online, he could be anyone. How can I know who to trust?
Background checks are no longer just for corporations. Thanks to BeenVerified.com, you can run instant background checks on anyone, even yourself, right from your home computer.
Dating online can be scary, but with Been Verified, I know exactly who I'm meeting before the first date.
My accountant, my mortgage broker, and even my electrician. Now I know I can trust him.
No stranger comes around my growing family without a background check. With Been Verified, you can search anyone's background. What turns up just might surprise you. Find out before it's too late.
With Been Verified, you can trust me.
I make sure I know before I date.
Been Verified protects me and my family.
Isn't it better to know for sure?
BeenVerified.com. It's easy to keep you and your family safe. Visit BeenVerified.com/TV36 now for a free trial of unlimited background checks.
A few quick clicks and you found the directions you needed, or that recipe you wanted. And now, just one click gets you everything you need to advance your career and increase your salary. Earn My Degree features hundreds of online degrees, and with 24/7 online convenience, you can earn your degree whenever, wherever you like, in as little as 10 months. So all you have to do is click. Visit Earn My Degree today. Go to the web address on your screen right now.
Welcome back, everyone. Rocky Top. Ole Miss feeling good about themselves so far. They lead Tennessee 22-13 under the 8-minute mark of the first half. Taking a look at the SEC news and notes, the beat continues for the Kentucky Wildcats. Their best start since Pat Riley was wearing the short pants.
And they're for real. They're young, but they are for real.
Jarvis Bernardo, a couple of days ago, a triple-double. Fantastic performance for the senior for Mississippi State. Did that against the Razorbacks. And Devin Downing, we had a chance to see him a couple of days ago. He has lit it up in 2 conference games so far this year.
He has been phenomenal. 29 on the road at Auburn, 33 at home against LSU. The little man has been sensational for the Gamecocks early here in SEC play.
Downing, one of the better point guards in the SEC. SEC, one of the better point guards in the SEC, Bobby Mays, at the free throw line. Shooting 1-and-1, makes the first one. He'll have another opportunity.
86% foul shooter at the foul line. Bobby Mays has been steady. He's been good for this Tennessee basketball team, scoring the ball and directing traffic, running his team.
Bobby Mays is the reigning SEC Player of the Week because of what he did against Charlotte and against the Kansas Jayhawks. Warren gets inside. Rebound ripped away by Chisholm. And Pearl able to save it, but over to the Rebels. It's Mississippi basketball, and we're going to have a foul called on Hobson, riding Tarico White out of bounds.
How about the hustle? Stephen Pearl, this is what you want. Guys coming off the bench, giving their teams a lift. It's going to earn him more playing time right there. Again, keep an eye out for Ole Miss, the ball screens, high ball screens, the way they try to generate offense for their perimeter players.
McBee going to get caught for the reach-in on Polonese. Second foul on McBee. 5th team foul for Tennessee.
A little bit too aggressive. Anytime two hands touch the offensive player's automatic foul. The official sees two hands touch the offensive player with a basketball, they will blow the whistle.
Again, a deep toss into the backcourt. And Warren has to track it down. Open look, Cranston. Hit that shot. Doesn't hit that one. Rebound, McBee. Tennessee's been playing on emotion for a couple of weeks now. When is that bubble going to burst?
Well, that's the question. Is this Tennessee team good enough to sustain this level that they've played at, regardless of the suspensions and being down some players?
Mays cleans up the mess inside.
Or at some point, does this Tennessee team fall back a little bit? That will be the question.
Andy Kennedy doesn't like the way things are going. He calls timeout. Well, it was 6 days ago on this floor, a game that Bruce Pearl called the Miracle on Ice, that type of upset. Skylar McBee and Tennessee knocking off the top-ranked Kansas Jayhawks.
Skylar McBee will be remembered for that one for a long time.
Did you feel it was that big of an upset of Tennessee winning on their home floor against Kansas?
No question. It was a tremendous upset. Kansas is a legitimate 1-2-3 team in the nation. Tennessee just coming off having the players suspended. But again, a lot of times what happens, Eric, when players are suspended, it's like there's too many mouths to feed sometimes. And this is a deep Tennessee team. So sometimes when there's a shortage of players, the rest of the players rally up and play better. And that's what happened against Kansas.
Warren, long jumper. Cranston can't get the rebound. Now he does. Picks up the loose ball. As it ripped away, Chisholm with the steal. Here comes McBee. And Hobson is fouled. It's not just been one guy who has stepped to the forefront over the last couple of weeks, but it's actually been 4 guys who have really stepped up their game.
Well, and this is what you call an opportunity knocking. And they obviously answered the door. Bobby Mays, he goes from 7.5 to 14. All those guys, J.P. Prince, Woolridge, Kenny Hall. And again, sometimes less is more. Your locker room seems to be a little happier when there's less guys. Guys know that they're going to play, know their role a little bit clear. And as Bruce Pearl told us this morning, sometimes it's a guy like J.P. Prince. Now, I don't have to come in and try to do something spectacular right away. I know I'm going to play a little bit longer, so I'm a little bit more comfortable in the game.
And we're going to have a foul call, Wayne Chisholm. He may grab the wrist as well as the ball. With Zach Graham going by.
Wayne Chisholm getting his hand in there, knocking the ball away.
We're now in the bonus situation. This will be a 1-and-1 for already made 3 free throws. He's now 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
Another very good foul shooter for Ole Miss. Again, these perimeter players as a group, if you took the group of this perimeter group for Ole Miss, if you talk about Kentucky with John Wall and Bledsoe, but outside of those guys, this might be the best collective group of perimeter players in the SEC.
Tennessee down by 7. They've got the basketball. Kenny Hall into the game. He's got the ball on the block. Josh Bones plays at the Prince. Hall gets it back.
The young freshman says, "I'm here to play, coach."
Here in Knoxville, they keep track of these type of things. That's the 13th dunk in the last 4 games for Mr. Hall. Volunteer basketball. Here they come. Hall again. This time loses the handle. Ahead of the pack. This is Warren.
Well, what a smart play by Chris Warren. As soon as he caught the ball, Eric, he knew exactly where the defender was and exactly how to get to the rim. Here's Kenny Hall taking it with authority. Young freshman for Tennessee get an opportunity to play more minutes. And Chris Warren in the break. Again, I like the fact that he recognized I can get to the rim, create some contact, and earn a trip to the foul line. That's a good play by a smart point guard that knows how to get himself to the foul line.
Warren had 2 free throws. A couple of subs back into the game. Woolridge and McBee.
Chris Warren did not play in last year's win. Ole Miss had a nice win over Tennessee in Oxford. Had a knee injury. Came back from the knee injury. Worked hard. Got himself in great condition. Andy Kennedy has told me he is better than ever, which is good news for a guy that's coming back from a knee injury.
Prince looking for someone. On Josh Bones. Under 5 minutes to play, first half.
Miss, no success against it with their zone defense. Goes back to the man.
3-on-2 break. Warren gets it. Before the shot, offensive foul called on Emil Pollini. That's the way you stop a break.
You know, when you're coming in the break with the basketball, you got to make a 2-foot jump stop. You cannot let your body weight carry into the defender. A 2-foot jump stop on balance, under control. Josh Bone with the charge, but Pollini obviously needs to be a little bit more under control in the break.
Second foul on Pollini. He goes to the bench. Working the baseline, and for the second time in the first half, J.P. Prince is tied up on one of his shots. Alternate possession arrow keeps it with the Volunteers. Woolridge over to Bone.
Back to the zone on an underneath out of bounds. A lot of coaches like to play zone. The ball is inbounded underneath the basket.
Prince hangs. Open look for McBee.
Tennessee's had success against Ole Miss's 2-3 zone.
Inside, loses it, last touch by Tennessee. It'll be Ole Miss basketball. When we come back, 3:46 remaining here in the first half. Tennessee trying to get back into it. They trail the Rebels by 4.
Haviland with Deposit Shield. The deposits that attack your engine every time you drive can cause friction, robbing it of performance and fuel efficiency. Haviland shields it. Because a clean engine runs better. Defend your engine. Haviland with Deposit Shield.
In 1973, Chick-fil-A founder Truett Cathy
created the Team Member Scholarship Program,
encouraging Chick-fil-A restaurant employees to further their education.
Changed to the Leadership Scholarship Program in 1996, Chick-fil-A has awarded over $20 million in scholarships
to team members who are active in their schools and communities,
demonstrate a solid work ethic, and possess strong leadership abilities,
good teamwork, and a desire to succeed.
Chick-fil-A is dedicated to its people and education.
Chick-fil-A is the proud corporate partner of the pursuit of higher education.
No one can resist the famous Crystal Chick. Hot, juicy, golden perfection. Now in 3 new flavors: sweet barbecue, fiery buffalo, or savory butter.
Dear Lisa, all my love, Johnny.
Having a lot of girlfriends is great.
What's your name?
Janine.
And expensive.
Dear Janine.
The Hardee's roast beef and cheddar sandwich, 2 for $3.
I don't know about that space book and my face. But a patty melt with portobello mushrooms? Maybe the future isn't so bad.
The Portobello Mushroom Melt Thick Burger. New at Hardee's.
One of the most bizarre weeks in the history of Tennessee sports coming to a close with this announcement. Moments ago, Derek Dooley introduced to the crowd here at Thompson Bowling Arena as the newest coach of the Tennessee Vol football team.
Well, he's got to be tremendously excited. He's already got the young kids with their Tennessee hats. They're excited. They got the Tennessee gear. He has got to be tremendously excited. What an opportunity for him. This place erupted. He's got to feel good about that.
Derek Dooley is the son of legendary Georgia Bulldog head coach Vince Dooley in the College Football Hall of Fame. Most recently, the head man and the athletic director at Louisiana Tech in Ruston, Louisiana. He's going to join us at halftime. You're going to want to stick around for that. Here's a chance to get up close and personal with the new football coach here at Tennessee.
Again, high ball screens for Ole Miss. You're going to see a lot of them.
Trevor Gaskin hands it off to Warren. Warren working against Josh Bone, hands it off to Tarico White. Warren, quick trigger from deep. 3 ball for Warren, his second 3-pointer of the first half.
Tennessee defended the ball screens, switched and really guarded it well. Warren just rose up and knocked one down over top of him.
Bone thought about it, instead works it around the perimeter. Prince in the paint, back to Bone.
Andy Kennedy with some confidence in the zone. And back to it.
Rico White has been fairly quiet here in the first 17 minutes.
Eric, Tennessee will switch a lot of the ball screens. They'll trap some of them. But Tennessee feels like they're versatile enough to switch them and not allow Ole Miss to have a lot of penetration.
Wayne Chisholm is down on the ground and in pain.
His ankle. He rolled his ankle a little bit. Hopefully not bad. Bruce Pearl, something that you're not liking this scene at all. You've already got a shortened roster.
And you saw it.
Wayne Chisholm rolls the ankle. He says, I'm tough, coach. Any kryptonite to keep me out. He's not going anywhere. He wants to play.
Chisholm now 9th all-time in Tennessee and rebounded 755 caroms coming into this ball game.
Nice ball movement. Now they've got the ball moving. It's not touching the floor. They reverts it side to side.
Get past McBee. Chisholm, offensive rebound. I think he's doing just fine. 8 points now for the senior.
This last 2 minutes is critical. For Ole Miss, you had a 9-point lead at one time. It's now 5. Tennessee obviously wants to go into the half. A better position than they are now.
Blocked by Hall.
handle.
Now the Rebels with the advantage, but a pass a little bit too strong is intercepted. And Prince is fouled in the backcourt.
Boy, those kind right there. You've got a fast break opportunity. You get nothing in the break and end up with a foul. Wayne Chisholm, obviously, shot goes up, establishing great interior position. Two-handed rebound. Fundamental play, and Ole Miss has had some chances in the break, Eric, where they've got to come out of those fast breaks with points. Polynice with the charge a few minutes ago.
Double bonus now. Used to be 2 free throws for J.T. Prince.
At a 5-point lead and the ball in a fast break with a chance to make it 7. And without any time going off the clock, Tennessee gets to walk down to the other end and shoot foul shots. So again, opportunities Ole Miss has had in the break. Got to capitalize on those.
Lead down to 3. And contact. 124 fouls, the other 24. Josh Bone fouls Tarico White, and it's a free throw situation. That's the 9th team foul for Tennessee. Coming up on the Cellular South halftime report. Told you a moment ago, we're going to talk to the new Tennessee head football coach. Derek Dooley's going to join us. We'll also give you a preview of the upcoming SEC matchups, and of course, we'll have first half stats and highlights coming your way. Rico White, 1-1.
Good foul shooters. One thing Andy Kennedy has is a number of good foul shooters. These perimeter guys can score. They can score from the line, so they're a team that if you put them at the line, they're going to make you pay.
When you coached against Ole Miss, who are you more worried about, Tarico White or Chris Warren?
Well, both of them are dangerous. White has so much size. He's big and strong, can play a couple, 2 or 3 different spots. Warren is the kind of guy that will just throw daggers at you late in the game, a little bit like Downey at South Carolina, not afraid to take those shots.
Ole Miss 11 for 12 at the free throw line. One of the reasons they've got a 5-point lead. Inside, Chisholm, nice catch. Reverse layup is good. Early in the game, Tennessee was missing their shots inside. They're not missing them anymore.
No, I think they've just been patient. Scored the ball around the basket.
Offensive foul on Graham. Warren out of control as he went to the bucket.
Same play as Polynice a few plays ago. When you drive to the basket, you've got to be under control. You can't leave your feet and allow your body to fly through the air unless no one's around. Make a 2-foot jump stop. Kenny Hall steps in there again, gives up his body, the young freshman. Offensively playing well, defensively taking the charge.
So with less than a minute to play, Chris Warren goes to the bench. He's replaced by Trevor Gaskin. And the Volunteers slowing it down a bit.
Tennessee wants some patience.
Bobby May. Wow, floater in the lane.
Nice move.
Rico White. And Chisholm, good catch. Can't make the layup.
Andy Kennedy wants one shot the last 24 seconds. 5-point lead and the ball on the road before the half. If you're Andy Kennedy, you've got to like the position that your team is in. That's a high ball screen.
White keeps his dribble alive, gets it to Cranston. Loose ball. Cranston's going to have to heave. That'll do it. 20 minutes in the book. Wayne Chisholm and the Tennessee Volunteers. They trail Ole Miss by 5. At one point, Tennessee was down by 12 points in the first half, but they make it to a decent-sized lead for Ole Miss as they go to the locker room. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will welcome Derek Dooley. New head coach of the Tennessee football team will join us. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Rocky Top. It's time for the Cellular South halftime report. Ole Miss on top of Tennessee, 33-28 after 20 minutes of basketball. Now, big news here in these parts. New head football coach for the Tennessee football program. Derek Dooley announced last night, taking over for Lane Kiffin. Derek Dooley has been around the block a time or two. Son of former Georgia Bulldog Hall of Fame coach Vince Dooley. Derek played his college football at Virginia. He's got a law degree. He has been with Nick Saban at LSU and with the Miami Dolphins. Most recently, not only the head coach, but also the athletic director with the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech. Congratulations, Coach. Brand new job. I'm sure you're excited. I want to ask you right out of the chute, what have the last couple of days been like with the whole recruitment and taking this job?
Well, it's been active, that's for sure. But I'm very gracious for the opportunity. I'm humbled. I'm honored to be here at Tennessee. It's a dream job for any coach, and we're just excited to get the ball rolling.
Coach, let me ask you a question. Around the country, your recruits, guys you're looking at, somebody might say your overall record 17-20. I'm a recruit. Why Derek Dooley?
Well, let's start with, I'm really proud of our body of work at Louisiana Tech. We did something there that they hadn't done in 30 years, going to a bowl game, winning the bowl game, finished second in the league. But I think I made a tough decision. I could have stayed on with Nick, gone to Alabama, and maybe been a little more popular choice in this point. But instead, I chose to take over a tough situation, did a lot of great things that have helped me be better prepared for this job. And I think even though it may not be the most popular, it certainly made me a lot more qualified.
Coach, I want to ask you, for the people who haven't had a chance to see your Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech play last couple of years, paint the picture. What's the style of play going to be like offensively and defensively?
Well, I think everything starts with building some intangible values of how you compete. And I think before you put any plays in and before you put in all the fancy design, you better make sure you're playing with some toughness, you're playing with great effort, and you're playing disciplined football, and you're doing it together as a team. And I think when you play with that kind of spirit and that kind of passion, no matter what you run, your fans will really appreciate how you compete.
Coach, one more from me, too, as well. You had to serve two roles, coach and athletic director, and most people may not realize how much time you have to spend at both. How nice is it going to be for you not to have to worry about that and just coach your team?
Yeah, I almost laughed when they said, are you going to be able to manage all the multiple things that comes with being the head coach in Tennessee? And I said, are you kidding me? I said, I do all you guys' jobs at Louisiana Tech. It's a one-man show. It will be, I'm going to miss some of that, but I do think it brings a real good perspective. It's going to help my relationship with Mike Hamilton, a great athletics director here. And I do think it will allow me to concentrate a little bit more in some areas in football.
Well, good. And, Coach, I just want to ask you, there's been so much talk last couple of days, Lane Kiffin leaving to go to USC. Athletic director Mike Hamilton makes a big point of saying Tennessee should be and always will be a destination job, a job where you finish your career. You've obviously got connections down to Georgia. Your father was there for a long time. Is this a destination job for you?
I don't think there's any question. And, there's no one sentence that's going to convince everybody that I feel that way. But I think anybody that knows me, they saw I went away from college. I went to Virginia. I've always kind of had a mind of my own. What a special place this is, and we're excited to get it started.
And have you had a chance to meet Pat Summitt? Maybe that's the most important question.
Yeah, I did. I have so much respect for Coach Summitt. I've watched her over the years. A phenomenal coach, her team dynamic, and I told her, after this season, the first thing I want to do is sit down with you, and you can teach me a few things.
Maybe she can teach you the words to Rocky Top. How about that?
I'll already have that down by then.
All right, sounds good. Congratulations. Good to meet you, and good luck
Coach,
with your
thanks, guys. Thanks
your big venture. Derek Dooley, new head football coach here on Rocky Top. We're going to take a quick time out. The Cellular South halftime report rolls on in a moment. Today's SEC 33-28. Ole Miss on top of Tennessee in this battle of ranked teams here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Getting ready to start our second half of play with former Alabama head coach Mark Gottfried. I'm Eric Collins. Let's talk about that first half of play. Tennessee didn't do very many things well, yet they're only down by 5.
Well, they didn't shoot the ball very well from the perimeter. They only made one three-point basket, but they went inside to Chisholm, and I think Chisholm has been the key for them. Ole Miss, on the other hand, they've made some threes. They've stepped up and drilled shots. They're perfect from the foul line, 11 for 11. If you're Andy Kennedy on the road at Tennessee right now, you got to feel pretty good with where you are sitting at this point in the game.
All right, if you missed any of the first 20 minutes of play, let's get you up to speed with our first half highlights.
Well, like we talked about, obviously, Ole Miss. Warren, White, Gaskins all making threes. And Tennessee going inside. Wayne Chisholm. He's been the workhorse for the Vols here in the first half. He's had a great first half. rolled his ankle a bit, didn't let it slow him down.
Kind of a rarity in this ball game. We expected an offensive slugfest, but we haven't gotten that. These are the two of the top three teams in terms of scoring in the SEC, but the scoring is way down as we take a look at the Crystal first half stats.
Well, like we talked about, Tennessee 1 for 12 from the three-point line. Ole Miss 11 for 11 from the line. I think you're going to see a lot of scoring in the second half. These two teams like to play in the 80s. They both have scores that can generate baskets, so this second half is going to be a little bit different than the first.
Ole Miss, they shot just 32% as a club. Misfire on their first shot here in the second half. Bodies flying, no whistle. Loose ball picked up. Tarico White loses it back over to Scotty Hopson, and now we get a whistle. And it's going to be a foul on Tarico White.
Those are tough calls. You got guys hustling, getting deflections, getting after the basketball, and kind of inadvertently sometimes have some contact. Those are tough ones to pick up if you're a player.
Second personal foul on Tarico White. No one on either side has more than 2 fouls. So no significant foul trouble for either team. Tennessee with Bobby Mays working the ball up high against Chris Warren. Gets a screen from Ronaldo Woolridge. Pull-up jumper. A little bit short. Rebound DeAndre Cranston. Ole Miss 1-1 in league play. They lost at home against Mississippi State a week ago. And 3 days ago, one down in Athens against the Georgia Bulldogs. Quick trigger. Tarico White misses everything. Block shot inside. J.T. Prince got a hand on it. And now Chris Warren's going to set up some offense up high. Long jumper. Third three-pointer of the game for Warren.
Courage. Doesn't take him a lot of time to let it go. He doesn't need a lot of space for a smaller player.
13 points now for Warren.
Bobby Mays has had to be more of a playmaker. The absence of Tyler Smith. The ball's been in his hands more and trying to create more offense.
Trying to dig the ball out of there. They're going to call that foul on Chris Warren.
Chris Warren from deep. Again, he just sizes up the defender. Sees he's playing off of him. About 4 feet behind the line. Money.
Now defensively, Chris Warren got a little handsy. They call him for the personal foul, so he now has 3. I think Andy Kennedy's going to take him out of the ball game. No, he's not. He's going to take DeAndre Cranston out of the game and bring in Reginald Buckner. So Warren's going to stay on the floor with 3 personal fouls.
Well, and I think he understands how to play with 3. I'll tell you one thing that Andy Kennedy, when you think about this Ole Miss team, they found some players in non-traditional ways. This guy's from Orlando, Florida, Chris Warren is. Andy Kennedy went down into Florida, signed him. He's been a great player for Ole Miss.
Again, bodies flying, offensive foul, Eniel Polony. He's got 3 fouls.
Balance. Balance is a key in the game of basketball. You want to stay on balance. Have poise with the basketball. Obviously right here, he's off balance. Ends up with a charge and another foul.
Polony and Warren both on the floor with 3 fouls. Hopson goes to the rack.
An isolation clear-out play by Bruce Pearl, designed to clear out one side of the floor, executed perfectly.
In and out, Warren can't find it. Here come the balls. Mays, yes!
Speed, Eric. Speed from length to length. We've seen John Wall, Devin Downey. This guy right here, Bobby Mays, has got speed going to the basket.
The reigning SEC Player of the Week, Bobby Mays, goes coast to coast. It's just a 2-point game here in Knoxville.
The only thing better than seafood is enjoying it together. And right now, a complete seafood dinner for 2 is just $29.99 at Red Lobster. You both get a fresh salad and irresistible Cheddar Bay biscuits. 2 entrees from a menu of classic favorites and new creations. And your choice of either an appetizer or a dessert to share. Your favorite seafood with your favorite person. Just $29.99 for a limited time at Red Lobster.
If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, call this number now.
I owed over $19,000 on my credit card. but I only paid $3,800.
We owe $35,000 on our credit card.
But we paid only $12,600.
If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, call this number or go to debt10000.com and let us help. Do you have creditors on your back? Are you worried about wage garnishments and harassing phone calls? Have you had threats? Then act now. Hard-working people just like you have settled their debt for less than they owed. Wouldn't you like to do the same? If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, call this number or go to debt10000.com.
I owed over $11,500 on my credit card, but I only paid $3,400.
Call toll-free 800-752-4904 or go to debt10000.com. 800-752-4904.
With Captain D's new Tasty Bites, we have something for every occasion. Like you haven't eaten in 3 hours. Or you haven't eaten in 45 minutes. Or you got out of bed today. Or just because. Or because you're celebrating you. Captain D's Tasty Bites. 10 great little dishes that are perfect for any occasion. Starting at 99 cents and only at Captain D's.
Tennessee down by just 2. Moments ago, Bobby Mays going through a labyrinth of Ole Miss defenders and finishing with the left hand. This kid has really stepped up over the last 2 weeks.
There's no question. I think when you have an absence of players, and Tyler Smith was a player for Bruce Pearl that created a lot of offense. I think Bruce Pearl tried to find ways to give Tyler Smith the opportunity to dribble drive and really create plays. With the absence of Tyler Smith, more of that responsibility is now on Bobby Mays. He's now had to create more plays. He's got more opportunities to drive. His role has stepped up, and I think that he has done a terrific job here in the last couple, 2 or 3 games of really rising his game up, which has enabled Tennessee to play so much better.
He flat out outplayed Teron Collins last Sunday on this floor when Tennessee knocked off the top-ranked team in the country, the Kansas Jayhawks.
Tennessee came out of a timeout, wanted to trap the first pass. Again, see if they could, a little bit of surprise and change. Catch Ole Miss off guard.
Zach Graham now into the game, replacing Neil Polynice. Polynice with 3 personal fouls being protected on Andy Kennedy's bench. This is Holloway up high against Chisholm. Shot clock down at 8. Handoff to Graham. Working the baseline. Step back jumper. Oh, tough shot for Graham.
Again, a player off the bench who can knock down that kind of shot and give your team that kind of a scoring lift. It's been huge for Andy Kennedy's Ole Miss basketball team.
Zach Graham averages 10 points tonight. He's got 10 points right now.
Tennessee likes to space the floor out, bring their guards way high.
Hobson can't get the roll. Man-sized rebound by Reginald Butler.
Tennessee has had their most success when they've gone inside to Chisholm. That is where today that their bread has been buttered. That's where they need to go with it, is back to Chisholm.
Warren, someone forgot about him.
Any space at all, Eric, he's got room to get it up. He can shoot it well. He shoots it quick.
Warren's now made 4 3-pointers. He's 4 for 8 from deep.
Ole Miss back in the zone. Trying to take away inside play at Chisholm. Force Tennessee to shoot shots from the perimeter.
Hobson can't answer. Chisholm loses it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Volunteers. Glad you could join us here on Rocky Top. We're at Thompson Bowling Arena, Knoxville, Tennessee. 2 ranked clubs. 23rd ranked Ole Miss Rebels against the number 10 Tennessee Volunteers. Mark Gottfried, former Alabama head coach. I'm Eric Collins. Bruce Pearl has had great success here at home. Perfect 9-0 so far this season, including a win 6 days ago. The top-ranked team in the country, the Kansas Jayhawks, on this court.
Andy Kennedy has made an adjustment. They've got bodies everywhere around Chisholm. And right now, what Andy Kennedy says is we're going to clog the middle, we're going to put one in front behind, and we're going to see if you can make some shots from the perimeter.
Rico White working against Ronaldo Woolridge. still with the basketball. Over to Graham. Offensive rebound. Buckner pushed from behind. Buckner was the only man around who knew that was going to be short. Got the rebound, and he's rewarded. He'll have a couple of free throws. When we come back, 15-16 remaining. Ole Miss on top by 7.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Is Ed Too Tall Jones too tall?
I'm just going to guesstimate.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Get a partner and become America's best twosome.
It was a fabulous tournament.
Just fantastic. Lush fairways and greens. And, oh yeah, it's Vegas, baby. And it's the ESPN National Golf Challenge. Overcome a few obstacles. Challenge some of the country's best golfers.
Unbelievable. Top notch.
Pretty good. For more information, log on to ESPNGolf.com.
I'll just have a Coke. I'll have a chocolate cherry grape Coke, please.
A what? Breakfast time.
I like getting my taste buds up and running. Morning, gents.
Yeah.
Here's a little chocolate, here's a little cherry, here's a little grape, and then you got some cola in there too. Deal with it, and I'll see you. I'll see you at lunch.
Right.
Morning fuel at Sonic. Wake up and smack yourself in the mouth with your favorite large fountain drink. Just 99 cents every day till 10 a.m. because Sonic is your ultimate drink stop.
We invite you to join the movement. A rebellion against all things motionless. Where health has a direction. And wellness a destination. Proof that a single action can cause a powerful reaction and keep Tennessee moving together toward a healthy future. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. Get into the movement at mbmtforlife.com.
Tennessee trailing Ole Miss 41-34, 15-16 remaining here in the second half. All season long, Champion Apparel will be showcasing the tradition and history of the SEC Conference. Today, let's take a look at Allen Houston, former Volunteer guard, a 4-year player, over 2,800 points in 4 years.
Pretty good player. What a great shooter.
Just a little bit over 2,800 points. 2,801. He made 346 three-point field goals, second in school history. And then, of course, a long NBA career, most of it with the New York Knicks. The only man who has made more three-pointers. While Smokey was lofting on, Chris Lofton.
Another great shooter. One of the best this conference has ever seen in history of the SEC.
Lofton, Houston, Jim Farmer, Mark Godfrey. Chris Jackson, maybe.
You get better as years go by, your statistics improve. They always go up. A couple points every year.
Rex Chapman, Jim Master, Mark Godfrey. Buckner at the free throw line. He's usually about a 50-50 proposition, and he is there. Misses the first, makes the second. Lead swells to 8. Ole Miss is not shooting well, just 30%, but they lead by a bunch against the Volunteers.
Again, against the zone. What we want to look for is ball movement. We want to find Chisholm. Chisholm is the guy that we've got to keep an eye on for Tennessee. If you're Tennessee, you can't go away from him. That's the guy that's been getting something done against the zone defense for Bruce Pearl's team.
Chisholm surrounded by Josh Bone, Kenny Hall, Skylar McBee, and Scotty Hobson. Hobson has the ball up high. McBee made a 3 in the first half. Pull up for 8. Stays with Tennessee.
Again, good ball movement, penetration. You want good man movement. You want to see bodies moving against the zone. Attack in the middle of the zone. Let the ball go to the middle of the zone. Suck the defense in, and you can really move it and make the defense work. And this has had success with their 2-3 zone here against Tennessee.
Bone left alone. Hits the 3. He's really stepped up over the last 3 games.
Can Tennessee generate some turnovers against Ole Miss? They're one of the best teams in the country at forcing turnovers.
Cranston is whacked.
Ole Miss did a nice job right there on the curl. The defender followed Rico White on the curl, and he just dropped it right back inside to Cranston.
You brought up an interesting point. Bruce Pearl's team, for years, always among the leaders in the conference in forcing turnovers. Ole Miss very protective of the basketball. When you have those two mixed, a team that is very good at stealing the basketball and a team that's very good at not giving up the basketball, who usually wins out?
Well, whichever team imposes their will. Obviously, with Andy Kennedy, that is a strength of his team and something obviously is a trademark that we're not going to turn it over very often. Bruce Pearl, on the other hand, finds ways with the trapping different styles of defenses to get teams to cough it up. And so far today, Ole Miss has done a pretty good job of not giving away possessions with turnovers. Ole Miss back in the man, excuse me. Now they're switched their defenses.
All really wanted it on the block. Didn't get the basketball. Now they'll start the offense. 10 seconds on the shot clock. McBee has it go through the fingertips, so it's going to have to hurry. Contested three. Almost hit it. Offensive rebound, Hall. And he'll go to the free throw line. Skylar McBee at least able to get that ball on the rim, and it allows an opportunity for free throws.
Skylar McBee, he might be at his best when the shot clock is winding down. Tennessee fortunate on a tough long shot with the shot clock expiring, coming up with an offensive rebound, and now an opportunity to go to the foul line. The officials are allowing some contact. They're allowing guys to play and be physical. A lot of the ball screens.
That's coming up at 4 Eastern time, 3 Central time. More SEC action. Kentucky Wildcats taking on the Auburn Tigers. That game down in the Plains. In Auburn, Alabama. 4 Eastern, 3 Central. Kentucky yet to lose so far this season.
Andy Kennedy likes to utilize his ball screens at the top of the key. Tennessee that time did a poor job. Not sure whether they were going to switch it, go under it, trap it. Ole Miss takes advantage of it with a drive to the basket.
Couple of walk-ons in the backcourt for Tennessee. McBee and Bone. Down low, Hall. A little too strong from 2 feet. And it's going to be Ole Miss basketball.
Nice no call by Mike Nance, the official, letting him play. Sometimes there's contact that really has no effect on the game. Good officials let that go.
Atkins gets inside, and he's going to be called for the offensive foul. That is the 3rd charge we have seen from an Ole Miss Rebel so far in this ball game.
Well, Ole Miss has done a poor job a few times in driving. Here's Tarico White. He's on balance and under control, utilizing the high ball screen. We call that a middle ball screen there at the top of the key. But Gaskins in again. He charges. He's a little bit out of control. Needs a 2-foot jump stop.
Chisholm along the baseline, steps on the end line.
Ole Miss is going to trap Chisholm. Andy Kennedy's made a decision right now that the one guy he doesn't want to have a big second half is Wayne Chisholm. They've had a great awareness of where he is in the zone and the man. They've doubled him.
You've coached against Andy Kennedy for a while now. What's the best thing that Andy Kennedy does?
Well, number one, he allows his guards to play, and he allows them to shoot with freedom.
Just like that, Zach Graham hits the triple.
If you're a guard and you're a scoring guard, Andy Kennedy's a great guy to play for because there's freedom. There's structure. They know when and when not to, but at the same time, he allows those guys some room to play.
Bruce Pearl calls the timeout as his Volunteers are now down double digits. They're down 49-38. The difference is 11. Zach Graham with that last 3-pointer now has 13 points He and Chris Warren have had good games from the perimeter for Ole Miss.
Well, Chris Warren, we talked about it early on. Andy Kennedy just calls him special. He said, sometimes we use that word too loosely, but this young guy really is special. Played terrific today, coming back this year after sitting out a knee surgery. And Bobby Mays as well. I like this guy. I like what he's been able to do for Tennessee this year. Warren knocking down the three, and knocking down another three. He's shooting them from deep range. Again, a guy that's not really that tall, but he gets his shot off quick.
He's made 4 3-pointers. He's 4 for 8 from deep. I want some historical perspective from you, Mark. You played and you coached in the SEC. Who's the best shooter you ever seen?
No question, Chris Lofton. Chris Lofton in this league. Now, I may go back to a Chris Jackson, but Chris Lofton was so unique with his size. Shooting from anywhere, anytime, always had the ability to kill you with a three-pointer.
Shot is missed from the outside. Josh Bone can't hit 2 in a row. No love for Rex Chapman.
He was good.
Kyle Macy.
I'm staying with Chris Lofton.
And that's going to be a carrying of the basketball. Zach Graham was bumped a little bit, lost the handle, tried to keep dribbling. And the referee saying, no. Turnover, gives the ball back over to Tennessee. Andy Kennedy's bunch still on top by 11.
Let's compare the new Android phone from Cellular South to a well-known phone from AT&T. The HTC Hero lets you customize any screen, any way, so your phone is not like anyone else's. You can track your friends' Facebook, Flickr, and messages all in one glance. Good luck finding all that on theirs. And the Android market puts a new world at your fingertips with Google Apps built in. The Android-powered HTC Hero from Cellular South. Juicy. AT&T customers can save over $150 a month by switching to Cellular South.
It's the end of the line for engine deposits. Haviland with Deposit Shield. The deposits that attack your engine every time you drive can cause friction, robbing it of performance and fuel efficiency. Haviland shields it, because a clean engine runs better. Defend your engine. Haviland with Deposit Shield.
Your world revolves around your team. Your team. You've got the jerseys, you've got the big foam finger, and you bleed those colors. Not literally, but if you could, you would. Once you even listen to a game on headphones during a wedding. Your wedding. You wake up every day hungry for another win and ready to accept a loss with dignity, grace, and crying that seldom lasts more than a day or two. Tops. Texas Pete salutes the teams, the athletes, and most of all, the fans of the Southeastern Conference. Texas Pete, the official sauce of the SEC.
Dear Lisa, all my love, Johnny.
Having a lot of girlfriends is great.
What's your name?
Janine.
And expensive.
Dear Janine.
The Hardee's roast beef and cheddar sandwich, 2 for $3.
I don't know about that space book and iFace. But a patty melt with portobello mushrooms? Maybe the future isn't so bad.
The Portobello Mushroom Melt Thick Burger. New at Hardee's.
Welcome back to Rocky Top. Tennessee, quite possibly on the ropes. They're down by 11 with 11 minutes and 44 seconds to play. Ole Miss riding Chris Warren, Zach Graham, and others to this 11-point lead. St. Chisholm and the Vols are going to have to get started.
Again, Bruce Pearl using his bench. Stephen Pearl in the game. Not afraid to use his bench.
The way that Tennessee has had their roster depleted in the last couple of weeks, do they have the firepower to make up big deficits like this?
That's going to be the question. As I watch this Tennessee team, I know they have beaten Kansas, terrific win, beaten Auburn here. With a limited roster and a little bit different roster, can they sustain this, or is this more of an emotional kind of period right now that they've been able to win?
Shot clock down at 5. Hobson, still for no, one-handed rebound, Chisholm. Fresh shot clock. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul. Chisholm was double teamed down in the post, and he's going to be rewarded with a couple of free throws here. In case you missed it, we talked about it earlier in this ball game. A couple of the guys who've been suspended for the last 2 weeks will be reinstated to the team as of tomorrow. Cameron Tatum and Melvin Goins, actually they've been reinstated as we speak, but they're not with the team right now, not on the bench, but they will be at practice tomorrow. There will be no return for Tyler Smith. He has been dismissed from the program. And Brian Williams is still out of the mix indefinitely.
And this team will change over the next couple of weeks. Teams need to find their rhythm. Sometimes when you have different pieces come in and out, your team has to get into a groove and in a rhythm. So for Tennessee, there may be a little bit of a bump in the road before they can kind of get everybody back to a good rhythm on the same page again.
Ole Miss has to call a timeout as they have trouble inbounding the basketball. Well, Ole Miss is trying to knock off a top 10 team for the first time in the Andy Kennedy era. Actually, last time they knocked off a top 10 team back in 2002 when they took down the Alabama Crimson Tide, at the time coached by the great Mark Gottfried.
I don't know about that. Andy Kennedy obviously put it on us over there in Oxford. They had a tremendous win the other night at Georgia in Athens. Close game. Late in the game, Trey Tompkins, how about this fella for Georgia, playing at a high level, Aaron? But late in the game, Neil Polynice off the back of the defender, steps in bounds, concentrates, and finishes the unbelievable play to give Ole Miss a 4-point lead there and secure the win.
Gutsy play by Polynice. Andy Kennedy flat out says that was not coach. Didn't tell him to do that. That was his own freelancing, and it turned out well.
Well, and once the ball touches somebody that's in play, you just have to get yourself back in from the inbounder, just 1 foot in the inbound area, and then you're eligible and ready to go.
Lead is 9 for Ole Miss. Chris Ward back in the game, handling the ball up high. Loose ball stolen away. Hobson has it ripped away from behind by Polynice. Now Polynice gets it back and misses the layup.
Tough break for Ole Miss. Got the ball back, missed the layup.
Pearl inside, reverse. Will go to the free throw line.
Sometimes when you're the coach's son, it's difficult. Got a lot of expectations. Stephen Pearl doing his job, hustling, helping his team right here, concentrating, almost got that one to go down. Now has an opportunity to step to the foul line.
Free throws an adventure for Pearl so far this season. He is now just 1 for 7 at the line.
He's got to find somebody that has the keys to the gym. Maybe a little more free throw shooting.
I think he can find someone, don't you think?
Late at night.
I don't think he'd have to go too far. With that last foul, Buckner, Warren, Polynice, and Cranston all have 3 fouls for Ole Miss.
Both teams have had some opportunities to score and have come away empty in the last couple trips.
Man has the ball. Dump down. And a whistle and a foul. Holloway tried to turn around and he was grabbed.
Again, anytime the defender puts that second hand, sometimes you could put one hand on an offensive player with the basketball, but as soon as the second hand touches the defender, officials are coached well that that is a foul. They'll blow the whistle quickly. And 2 hands are on the ball handle.
Polynice gets the screen, keeps his dribble alive. Over to Graham.
Tennessee trying to trap a little bit more and try to scramble.
Pearl hits the deck, no whistle. Graham the jumper, wide left. That was by J.P. Prince. The senior from Memphis got a good run out, got a hand in the face, and forced the air ball.
We call that contesting shots. J.P. Prince did a terrific job of extending long in a great contest on the shooter. Certainly bothered Graham on the jump shot.
Pearl goes to the bench. Back into the game comes number 20, Kenny Hall, for Tennessee.
This is a key 3 or 4 minutes coming up right here for Tennessee.
Hobson, hand in his face, can't hit the jumper. Rebound cleared by Henry.
Again, if you're Tennessee, I like that thing going to Chisholm. There's the a guy that's had some success today. Get the ball around the basket a little bit. Tennessee has certainly extended their defense a lot farther than they were earlier.
Warren, his 5th three-pointer.
Are you kidding me? We can't even see the guy over there. He's so small. And he jumps up and drills it.
19 points for the junior from Orlando.
One of Andy Kennedy's first recruits when he came to Ole Miss, Chris Warren.
Prince gets the roll. Now, say what you will about Andy Kennedy. He is not afraid to recruit a small guard. He brought Devin Downey up to Cincinnati when he was working with Bob Huggins. And he brings in Chris Warren as one of his first recruits with Ole Miss.
With 8 minutes to go, this next 3 or 4 minutes for Ole Miss, the poise to continue to score, have patience, get good shots. For Tennessee to create some havoc and some turnovers.
Shot is missed. Rebound up and missed by Buckner. Here come the Volunteers, down by 10. Chisholm. It'll be Ole Miss basketball. Is that the shot you want from Wayne Chisholm?
No, I want Wayne Chisholm around the basket. That's why I'm sitting over here with you. But Wayne Chisholm, again, has been very, very good inside today. Tennessee, again, needs to look to him. Ole Miss, on the other hand, has done a very good job. Good shot selection, having some patience and poise offensively.
Quick shot. A little bit short. Rico White misses it. Head of the pack. This is Hobson.
Chris Warren with 3 fouls. Had to let him go.
Ball poked away. Hobson gets it to Prince.
Sometimes as a coach right now, you've got a TV timeout coming, but you said, I've still got to use one. Andy Kennedy takes a timeout. Sometimes that's a tough thing for coaches. You're waiting, not wanting to use your timeouts, but Andy Kennedy had to use one.
So, back-to-back dunks. First Scotty Hobson, then J.P. Prince. And what had been a 12-point lead is now sliced down to a half dozen.
Again, we talked about Tennessee's ability to generate points off of turnovers. They're able to get deflections, push it ahead. 2 fast break dunks. Again, coming off of the quick hands and Tennessee's ability to create a turnover.
Just a reminder, don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we've got more SEC action coming your way. Second-ranked team in the entire country, Don Calipari's Kentucky Wildcats on the road, taking on Auburn. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Central Time.
Tennessee's bringing the heat. They've had 2 straight turnovers that turned into baskets. Bruce Pearl now says, we're going to get you 94 feet. Ole Miss has got to be able to handle the press. I always say catch, pivot, and look.
Cranston has it poked away by Prince. And now we've got the under 8 TV timeout. Tennessee Volunteers, they're making a run. Couple of dunks. Scotty Hobson, and then this one by J.P. Prince puts a smile on Pat Summitt's face.
This is the information retailers don't want you to know, especially now. They don't want you to learn just how much money you've been giving away to retail markups on items you purchase for your home. All because you don't know how to buy like the insiders do at Direct Buy Club, the home improvement and furnishings club with direct insider prices.
The best thing about Direct Buy is you're getting the best price that you can, and it's very easy to go shopping at Direct Buy.
I've purchased coffee pot, toaster, blender, food processor, all of those things. The savings is significant. It truly is.
And now, for the first time ever, Direct Buy is offering you a certificate for a free 30-day membership. Members buy top-quality name-brand merchandise from hundreds and hundreds of trusted manufacturers. So call the number on your screen now, and we'll rush you your free visitor's pass to your local Direct Buy Club and your certificate for a free 30-day membership. This is a limited offer, so call now. No dealers, please.
No one can resist the famous Crystal Chick. Hot, juicy, golden perfection. Now in 3 new flavors: sweet barbecue, fiery buffalo, or savory butter.
I mean, if it was me, I'd ask for my money back and go find something better to do with my time. What?
I didn't want you to fix it. I just wanted you to listen.
For advice you can actually use, go to FBITN.com.
Subway Restaurants introduces new dinner time deals. Every day after 4 p.m., it's any regular footlongs for only $5, any 2 regular footlongs for only $9, or any 3 regular footlongs for only $12. Subway, eat fresh.
Welcome back, everyone. Thomas Bowling Arena is our venue here in Knoxville. Locals getting fired up. Their team was down 12 just moments ago, but a couple of fast break hoops, and they're now down by just 6.
And their fast break baskets have come on the result of them getting deflections and turning turnovers into baskets. That's Tennessee's strength, is to create turnovers. Now, Ole Miss, their strength has always been this year not to turn it over. And again, 7 minutes ago, a lot of basketball left in the game. If you're Ole Miss, you've got to handle this pressure and still get great possessions offensively.
Rebel basketball, pressure in the backcourt. They get it to the guy they want with the basketball, Chris Warren, and he walks it up. Inside, Tarico White is fouled.
Set play, Eric. Coming out of a timeout, we got a cross screen under the basket. Andy Kennedy says, against all the pressure, what I want to do this next trip is go right inside, right to the rim, get a cross screen underneath. Strong move to the basket right here by Tarico White, again coming out of a timeout. Design play by Andy Kennedy.
Tarico White is a Tennessee kid from the other part of the state. Western side. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. Actually, believe it or not, Ole Miss does not have a native of the Magnolia State on the roster at all. No Mississippi players on scholarship for the Ole Miss Rebels.
Andy Kennedy has done a nice job of sneaking into Florida, pulling out some great players. Sarasota, Neil Polynice, and Chris Warren from Orlando, Florida. They've just done a terrific job. Their staff are locating really good players. Sometimes those guys are flying under the radar just a little bit, and then doing a terrific job of recruiting them.
That's going to change next year. A couple of Valley Heat recruits coming to Oxford. Both of them Mississippi native. Chisholm rattles home the 3.
Lane Chisholm knocking down a huge 3 for Tennessee.
17 points now for Chisholm. Ball movement on the perimeter. Graham over to Cranston, working the baseline, tipped it around.
Sometimes you can overpass the ball. Cranston might have wanted to take that one strong to the basket, but Tennessee, a little bit like the Auburn game. The defensive intensity later in the game really picked up in the Auburn game. We're seeing a much more aggressive defensive team by Tennessee here in the last few minutes.
Triggers the inbound. Gets it to Tarico White. Ripped away. Prince with the basketball. Stolen back by Warren. And Warren is roughed up by Kenny Hall. They're going to call a foul on the freshman. That is now team foul number 5 on Tennessee.
Chris Warren looking like he could play for Houston Nutt. There's a wide out. For a DB. Andy Kennedy says, nope, not going to let that happen. Morris doing a nice job trying to get Tarico White freed up around the rim.
Cranston blocked by Hall. Tennessee basketball.
Bad shots are like turnovers sometimes. It's the same thing. You got to get a good look. Bruce Pearl knows his team. Wayne Chisholm hit 2 in a row.
Warren can't answer. Tennessee can tie or go ahead. Locked out of bounds by Buckner.
2 big threes by Wayne Chisholm. On balance, under control. Letting it fly and having some fun. Knoxville, Tennessee.
You didn't like those when they were missing, but now that he's making them, you're changing your tune.
All of us coaches are like that. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Good shot.
Get past. Bone.
Tennessee has found the range of the three-point line.
First lead of the ball game for the Volunteers. And now it's Ole Miss that's on the rope. Ram gets 2 back.
Much needed basket to quiet the crowd. And again, if you're Ole Miss, you've got to continue to score. Executing your offense, making sure you're getting great shots. Andy Kennedy staying in the zone.
Last 9 points for Tennessee have been scored on triples. Bad pass, and it's going to be Ole Miss basketball.
Key possession for Ole Miss.
Loose ball, who's got it? Tennessee! Prince! Tennessee is the depleted team, but it seems as if they're the team playing with all the energy. Ram going to go to the free throw line. This game has just gotten exciting. Took a while, but both teams had their C-Leagues underneath them, and we're playing some basketball. 3:54 remaining. Bruce Pearl's team up by 1. J.P. Prince, the senior from Memphis, picks up the loose ball and takes it the final 40 feet to give the Vols the lead. Today's SEC Network game has been brought to you by Haviland with Deposit Shield. Protect precious metal.
The only thing better than seafood is enjoying it together. And right now, a complete seafood dinner for 2 is just $29.99 at Red Lobster. You both get a fresh salad and irresistible Cheddar Bay biscuits. 2 entrees from a menu of classic favorites and new creations. And your choice of either an appetizer or a dessert to share. Your favorite seafood with your favorite person. Just $29.99 for a limited time at Red Lobster.
Would you trust me? You want me to take your word for it?
This guy I met online, he could be anyone. How can I know who to trust? Background checks are no longer just for corporations. Thanks to BeenVerified.com, you can run instant background checks on anyone, even yourself, right from your home computer. Dating online can be scary, but with BeenVerified, I know exactly who I'm meeting before the first date.
My accountant, my mortgage broker, and even my electrician. Now I know I can trust him.
No stranger comes around my growing family without a background check. With BeenVerified, you can search anyone's background. What turns up just might surprise you. Find out before it's too late.
With BeenVerified, you can trust me.
I make sure I know before I date.
BeenVerified protects me and my family.
Isn't it better to know for sure?
BeenVerified.com.
It's easy to keep you and your family safe. Visit BeenVerified.com/TV36 now for a free trial of unlimited background checks.
Hey,
Hey. You mass blocking the game.
Oh, sorry. I'm just checking the other scores.
Is my map in the way? No. You good.
To get almost 5 times more 3G coverage than AT&T, come to Verizon Wireless, where you'll find smartphones under $100, like the BlackBerry Tour, Droid Aris with Google by HTC, or the new BlackBerry Curve for just $79.99. Verizon Wireless.
With the steal and the beneficiary of a big block by Scotty Hobson. Tennessee is very lucky that was not called a foul. Scotty Hobson liking the fact that Derek Dooley is in the house, tried to lay a block out there for his teammate, and J.P. Prince was able to take it all the way into the basket. But again, Tennessee fortunate. That could have easily been called a foul.
Would someone ever dare to make that call?
Oh, I think you've got officials that will call the game as they see it. Again, if they thought that was a foul, I think they would have. But again, it was close. Close to being a legitimate foul in the break.
2 free throws for Zach Graham. That's Graham's first miss from the free throw line. Graham is now 5 for 6. Make it 6 for 7. We're all tied at 57.
Tennessee had a stretch where they created baskets off of turnovers and then obviously knocked down 3 big threes. Now Tennessee's going to execute their offense. Again, Chisholm inside. J.P. Prince penetrating some.
Tennessee is doing this without the reigning SEC Player of the Week. Bobby Mays has been on the bench for a while. It's been Josh Bone on the court in his place. Prince step back jumper. No, Chisholm can't get it. It's going to be Ole Miss basketball.
Good call by the officials. Tough shot by J.P. Prince. Good defense by Ole Miss.
Bobby Mays looking on.
A lot of times coaches get comfortable with whatever lineup they particularly have in the game. And Bruce Pearl right now choosing to play Josh Bone.
Graham hands it off. Gets it back. Ball poked away. It stays with the Rebels.
Tennessee's always active. They got active hands, active feet. They deflect a lot of passes on the perimeter. That last pass was a pass that was going to the interior. Chisholm deflects it out of bounds.
Shot clock at 12.
Rico White will take it by himself.
The ditch. Buckner, no call. Chisholm with the block.
Wow, what a block by Wayne Chisholm. How about the plays that young man has made today?
And Bruce Pearl's going to draw up some offense. Wayne Chisholm got the ball back, and now the Volunteers a chance to take the lead.
Huge block by Wayne Chisholm. Nice penetration by Ole Miss. Wayne Chisholm cleanly sends that away. Now, in this timeout, Eric, tie game, Bruce Pearl has called the timeout because he wants to dictate exactly where the ball goes. He understands right now 2:36 to go. He wants the ball in a specific place on the floor, whether that's Chisholm inside, Prince driving. That was the reason for the timeout. Score tied, 2:36 to go.
All right, give us your best first guess. Who do you think Bruce Pearl wants to get the basketball to?
Well, even though Chisholm has made a couple threes, I still think he's going to Chisholm inside. That's their strength. Obviously, J.P. Prince driving the basketball, especially to his left hand. But again, this timeout is designed for that. Now, Andy Kennedy, on the other hand, he says to his team, guys, there's 26 seconds on the shot clock. You've got to look them eyeball to eyeball and get a stop. This is huge right now for both teams, defensively for Ole Miss, offensively for Tennessee.
Tennessee riding a 5-game winning streak. They're 9-0 at home. Trying to go to 2-0 in SEC play. It's going to be J.P. Prince taking the ball out of bounds close to midcourt. Mays continues on the bench. Josh Bone replacing him in the lineup. Bone's got the ball up high, working against Warren. High-low, inside to Hall, takes his time, and is going to go to the free throw line.
The confidence that Bruce Pearl has shown in this young fella right here. When Kenny Hall plays, when he comes in the game, Wayne Chisholm becomes the 4-man. Kenny Hall is the 5. When Kenny Hall's not in the game, Wayne Chisholm is the 5. So Bruce Pearl obviously right there has got some confidence, goes inside.
That foul called on Reginald Buckner is 4. So Buckner is the first man on either side to pick up 4 fouls. 5 and you're out.
Free throw block out on a miss can be huge at this point in the game. Tennessee picks him up, man-to-man defense.
Warren, tough floater. Rebound, Chisholm.
Quick shot by Chris Warren. Down 1 on a possession where he wanted to get a great shot.
And we're going to have a foul on Tennessee. An illegal screen set by Kenny Hall.
A lot of contact away from the basketball. In an emotional game, sometimes you got guys jawing a little bit. Kenny Hall, not much there. He lowered his shoulder a little bit, put the chicken wing out a little bit, but again, with the amount of contact that you have back and forth, that's a tough call if you're Bruce Pearl.
Now Kenny Hall. He's going to go to the bench.
And for his 5th foul, away from the ball. Not much contact there at all. Tennessee will have to play the rest without Kenny Hall.
Ole Miss basketball down by 1.
Tennessee goes zone. Woolridge in the middle of the zone.
And a travel. Murphy Holloway shuffles to 2.
Andy Kennedy got to be a little frustrated. They've had 2 trips down 1, a quick shot by Warren and a travel right in front of the Ole Miss bench. Those are opportunities that 2 possessions. You're hoping to come out of there with great shots, score, get to the foul line.
Tennessee up by 1 with the basketball. They've trailed the majority of this ball game. Gonna have to hurry. J.P. Prince with 6 on the shot clock. And we're gonna have a whistle, and it's gonna go against Ole Miss. If that's on Cranston, it's his 4th.
Nice penetration. J.P. Prince normally going to his left, this time to his right. He just stays with it. Tough rebound, now an opportunity to go to the foul line.
Alongside former Alabama head coach, former Alabama player, Mark Gottfried, I'm Eric Collins. Andy Kennedy matching with Bruce Pearl. Tennessee, the 10th ranked team in the country, ahead by just 1 point. Taking on a feisty Ole Miss team that is 1-1 in conference play, but a lot of expectations for a good veteran club from Oxford, Mississippi.
Expectations with both of these clubs. Andy Kennedy's team is a terrific team, as well as Tennessee. And J.P. Prince steps to the line now, a 57% foul shooter. Big free throws.
Believe it or not, that is now Tennessee's largest lead in the ball game. 2 points.
J.P. Prince way over to the right side, shooting his foul shots.
Ooh. Almost a fantastic save for Woolridge.
Free throw, block out. So critical at the end of basketball games. From a defensive standpoint, Tennessee almost came out of a situation with a missed foul shot and the ball back.
Rico White back in the game for his offensive firepower. Warren hands it off. Colony. Under a minute to play. Colony can't score. Cranston does. Now
Tennessee trying to answer. Ole Miss back in the zone. Sometimes we're in a zone. You know where the shooters are. A little bit easier to guard, a little bit easier to find many times.
Shot clock down to 12. Hobson swings it to Bohm. They're going to have to hurry. Prince gets inside, stripped away. Ole Miss can hold for the final shot if they so choose.
Tennessee has to foul. They've got to foul.
It's 59-59. Timeout is called by Andy Kennedy. He wants to draw up a good play for the final shot.
I thought Ole Miss was ahead. I'm sorry, the score is tied at 59. Obviously smart move by Andy Kennedy.
That was a beautiful steal from behind by Chris Warren. J.P. Prince had a chance slicing through the paint, but it was Chris Warren who reached in and picked this pocket and gave Ole Miss the basketball.
Tennessee has had success with their zone. They've switched their defenses up. Ole Miss's greatest strength is the penetration. Penetration and pitch to a shooter, or penetration like we saw from Tarico White on the last trip where he got all the way to the rim. Be interesting to see if Tennessee decides to zone and eliminate some of that penetration, or if they play him straight up, man-to-man. And for 12.4 seconds, need to get a stop.
This is where we are. Both teams in the bonus. Any foul, we will see free throws for either side. Should there be a tie-up, a held ball, the possession arrow favors the local. Tennessee Volunteers have that in their favor. No more timeouts, however, for Ole Miss. That is something to keep in point. If they have a hard time inbounding the basketball, they cannot call timeout. That will be a technical foul.
Well, when you're playing against Tennessee, number one, you've got to get it in. They do a great job of denying everything on the inbounds, like you mentioned. But if Ole Miss gets it in, I look for Chris Warren. I look for Tarico White. One of those two guys, those are the guys that want to carry this team. Andy Kennedy's got a lot of confidence in Polynice, White, and Warren. But look for that young fella right there, Tarico White and Chris Warren, to potentially take the last shot with the score tied.
It's going to be Zach Graham with the inbound.
Again, you've got to V-cut hard, cut, plant, make sure you get open, and get it in.
They get it to Warren, deep in the backcourt. He's going to have to hustle. Gets a screen, nothing doing. Contested shot. Rebound, Chisholm. Overtime here in Rocky Top.
I think Andy Kennedy felt like we could have got a better shot than a pump fake three-point shot. He chose to go ball screen with Tarico White. Tennessee did a nice job of getting over the top of the screen. Good contest on the shot. Chris Warren did not get a clean look at the basket, so if you're Bruce Pearl, you got to feel good about coming out of that one.
So Bruce Pearl's team, they get second life. They'll have 5 more minutes to hash this one out. Here in Knoxville, we're tied at 59 after 40 minutes of play. Well, it's what you'd expect. 2 ranked teams going at it, and nothing's been decided. Closely contested the entire way through. 59-59 through 40 minutes of regulation. We'll have overtime. Mark Gottfried, I'm Eric Collins. What do you think? 5 more minutes of basketball.
Well, Tennessee's going to play this 5 minutes without Kenny Hall, so they're a little bit short-handed. And Ole Miss is in a little bit of foul trouble as well. But you got 2 of the best teams in the SEC. This is SEC basketball right here. Going at one another. They're fighting each other to the wire. This will be a fun overtime.
Bruce Pearl's team has not lost at home so far this year. A perfect 9-0 at Thompson Bowling Arena. They've won 5 straight overall. Warren has the basketball. Graham working against Skylar McPhee. Tough shot. Holloway gets rewarded. Murphy Holloway just hung in the air, threw it up, and his prayers answered.
That one turned out good. I don't know if the shot selection was great, but Ole Miss comes to the overtime with a 2-point lead. Andy Kennedy's elected to stay with the zone defense.
Hobson answers with an elbow jumper.
You think back to that 7-8 minute mark when Ole Miss turned it over a few times. Obviously, in the overtime, Ole Miss has to take care of the basketball, and on every trip, you want to score, get fouled, or get a great shot.
Warren, the hesitation, sets up Holloway, gets it back. And working against McBee, over to Warren. Loses the handle. Chisholm picks it up.
Turnovers hurt you. You want to score, get fouled, or get great shots. Tough possession for Ole Miss.
Josh Bone has been on the floor for the last 10 minutes of this ball game. He's a walk-on. He's playing in place of Bobby Mays, who's the reigning SEC Player of the Week. This is Bone. Rebound Cranston. Are you surprised that Bobby Mays is not getting any tips?
Well, in a way, yes, but at the same time, I think Bruce Pearl has enough confidence in every guy that's got a uniform on. He's going to play who he's comfortable with, and today, down the stretch, obviously, it's been Josh Bone.
Rico White leads for Graham. Takes his time, throws up a wild shot, and it's going to be Mississippi basketball. And I think Zach Graham got caught with his headband in his eyes. Couldn't see the basketball. Hobson, no. Rebound, Cranston.
Andy Kennedy wants a timeout, Eric. He wants to get his team organized. This is key for Andy Kennedy, just to get his team settled down. Let's make sure we get a good possession.
Well, we've had 2 baskets so far here in overtime. Murphy Holloway for Ole Miss. And answering on the other side, Scotty Hobson for Tennessee. I'm out on the floor.
Do you want to own a brand new HP, Dell, or other name brand computer and improve your credit at the same time? If so, Tronics Country says you're approved, guaranteed.
I wanted a new computer, but I couldn't get financed. Then I called Tronics Country. They approved me, delivered my new computer, and are reporting on my credit.
If you have an active checking account and can afford low, flexible payments, you're already approved, guaranteed, for this special offer. There's no credit check, so you won't be turned down.
Tronics Country approved me quickly.
I got instant approval, and it was easy.
Their flexible payment plans made it easy on my budget. And my kids are getting ahead in school.
I started my own business, and now I'm my own boss.
Call now, and with your paid order, we'll add a free color printer, free MP3 music player, and free LCD TV. You heard right. Free printer, free MP3 player, and free LCD TV. Call now and tell us where you want your brand new computer and free gifts shipped today.
I'm glad I called.
61 halfway through this overtime period. Ole Miss missing an opportunity a moment ago. Crazy play.
Hustling for the basketball. And the headband is down around the eyes. You know, it's a pet peeve of mine as coaches. I just, you know, I know young players like to wear headbands, but that was an opportunity for them to score, obviously, and just kind of a unique situation where the headband got pulled down over his eye and he couldn't see the basket.
Just getting started here in the SEC. Game following us. 4 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock Central time on the SEC Network. How about number 2 Kentucky taking on Auburn, that game on the road? Should John Calipari be in a little bit of a, should he be worried at all?
Coaches worry all the time, and obviously Kentucky's very good, but they're going on the road in the SEC, and Kentucky obviously should be able to take care of things, but again, they have to play every night in this league, and John Calipari knows that, especially when you got 3 freshmen in the starting lineup for Kentucky Wildcats.
All right, getting ready to play. Inbounding the ball, Zach Graham does not have the headband on now. Missed a shot with the ball when the headband fell down a moment ago. Has it off. Ball loose. It's going to be Tennessee basketball.
Again, inbounding the basketball. Tennessee makes a point of emphasis for them to deny everything. A lot of contact. I would have liked to seen a foul called on that. I think there was a foul committed. Ole Miss should have been at the foul line shooting a 1-on-1.
Chisholm throws it to no one in particular. He thought Scotty Hobson was going to be on the wing, but he wasn't there.
now, utilizing the ball screens high. Terrico White coming off the screens on the baseline.
White has the basketball on the wing. Ram over to Warren. Ram from distance. Loose ball. Tennessee basketball. Ole Miss at one point leading by 13 in the first half against the Tennessee Volunteers. Now having to slug it out in overtime. Under 2 minutes to play.
Middle of the floor where the SEC logo on is where Tennessee needs to attack this zone, whether by pass or by dribble.
Bone.
That shot created off some terrific penetration by J.P. Prince.
Bone had made 1 3-pointer in 7 attempts coming into this game. Rewarding Coach Pearl's confidence in him. Terrico White answers and he's fouled.
It's a 3-point shot and foul.
What a play by Terrico White. A chance for a 4-point play.
The penetration from J.P. Prince. The confidence by Josh Bone. The opportunity to play today. And Terrico White answers with a 3-pointer and a foul with a chance to go to the foul line.
So Terrico White can break this 64 tie.
Again, Tennessee now down 1. Again, the penetration has been key for them against this Ole Miss 2-3 zone, whether it's penetration from the wing. They've got to get in the middle of the floor, which creates opportunities everywhere against the zone defense.
And a timeout called by Bruce Pearl. They've still got 2 remaining. Ole Miss, they have no timeout remaining. While we have the timeout on the floor, let's take a look at our Geico play of the game. Happened just a moment ago. Terrico White fouled by J.P. Prince. The unusual 4-point play.
J.P. Prince does a good job of getting up to contest, but he allows his body then to float into the shooter. Really on an aggressive defensive play, just makes a mistake that potentially could be costly, but you like the hustle, you like the fact that he's up contesting the shot.
Closely fought battle here at Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee. A day after the Tennessee Volunteer football team announces a new head coach in Derek Dooley, the Tennessee basketball team trying to steal the headlines in the paper. They've got a chance to knock off a ranked Ole Miss team with Mark Gottfried. I'm Eric Collins. Ole Miss does not have a timeout to work with for these final 55 seconds. Coming up next, Kentucky taking on Auburn. Shot clock is at 15. Chisholm gets inside, and he's fouled.
Coming out of the timeout, Bruce Pearl wanted the ball right in the middle of the zone. We call it right in the heart of the zone. Wayne Chisholm flashes in. On the ball reversal, Wayne Chisholm floats right to the middle of the floor. That's the soft spot of the zone. Tennessee, the last 2 trips, have done a nice job of getting the ball right into the heart of the zone. Created a 3-pointer. This time created an opportunity for Wayne Chisholm.
That foul on DeAndre Cranston, the senior from Orlando, Florida, fouls out.
Mentioned this 1 or 2 times. Free throw block out. In case the foul shot is missed, Ole Miss has to do a good job of making sure that everybody's blocked out, that somebody has the shooter. If there's a long rebound off the rim, that everybody's got somebody, and the defensive team comes away with it. So many times you see in the game on missed foul shots, the defensive team does not come out of the possession with the ball.
Chisholm is the man that Bruce Pearl wants on the line. He's now 5 for 5.
Tennessee has switched from their man-to-man defense now to a zone. They're going to match up out of it. Try to eliminate some penetration.
Warren has his shot blocked by Prince. Ole Miss keeps it. Shot clock does not reset, and Bone hits the rip away. Josh Bone has been a revelation for the Volunteers.
The lesson sometimes for young players is to stay ready. When you get called upon to play, like Josh Bone has today, you stay ready for when your opportunity comes. Unbelievable contest by J.P. Prince. Terrific hustle all over the floor by both teams.
And the right man going to the free throw line for Tennessee. Chisholm, 6 for 6, 22 points. Will shoot 2.
Take away the opportunity. Oh, no,
Warren, an unforced error. That's 2 consecutive turnovers for the junior Chris Warren.
You've got to deny and foul immediately.
Chisholm is tripped in the backcourt by Reginald Buckner. He'll go the other way and shoot 2.
Foul shot here makes it a 4-point game, a 2-possession game.
That's the 5th foul on Reginald Buckner. He joins Cranston on the bench. Coach, you see things. You were talking about how turnovers would be a big issue. Ole Miss doesn't commit a lot of them. Tennessee forces a lot of them. Here in the overtime period, the turnovers for Ole Miss just haunting them.
Well, it's killed them. And they've had a couple possessions offensively where they didn't get shots because of turnovers. Obviously, we just had one there by Chris Warren. But Tennessee has the ability to do that to people. That's a trademark of Bruce Pearl's team.
Largest lead of the day. Bruce Pearl yelling, no foul. White gets 2 back. Foul committed. J.P. Prince will go to the free throw line. Look at that. Ole Miss leading the SEC in fewest turnovers per contest. Just 12 a game. This game has been extended 5 extra minutes, but they're almost doubling what they normally average. 21 turnovers.
Well, and you got to give Tennessee credit for that. I think that Tennessee's length, you know, some teams have the ability just to, you know, to knock balls loose. They're always active. Hands are active. Again, their length, the guys they have on the floor, they create that. And then they trap sometimes. They press, pick you up full court, half court, deny inbounds play. So when you play Tennessee, you've got to be able to play without turning the ball over.
This is the big one. Warren throws it up. Tap will be good. Lead is 2. They just really need to inbound the basketball. They do, and the game is over. Tennessee survives. They've won 6 in a row. They are now 2-0 in conference play.
Tennessee made the plays, both ends of the floor. Offensively knocking down threes. Defensively getting turnovers. Bruce Pearl's got to be very pleased with this squad, how they continue to be resilient as they've had a few players out.
6 consecutive wins for the Tennessee Volunteers. They're now 14-2, 2-0 in conference. Ole Miss, they fall to 1-2 in conference. Our final score in overtime. Tennessee wins 71-69. For Mark Godfrey and our entire SEC Network crew, I'm Eric Collins. Now to Carter Blackburn in Auburn, Alabama for Kentucky